It's good afternoon, Camilla Thompson. Thank you for joining us at Yellow Shelf today.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here.
Camilla, congratulations. Your new book is just about to be released, Biohack Me. Congratulations.
Thank you. I know we're weeks away. It's very exciting.
I'm feeling pretty privileged to have you on Yellow Shelf so we can talk about the book today. What do we need to know about your new book?
Well, look, I think when I finished writing the book, I realized I'd written it for myself. I was like, it's my life's work. I've put everything into it that I've learned from, a young age from my mum, who was a complete health nut, to everything I've learned working in corporate well-being for the last 9 years and coaching and my nutrition studies and everything that's going on in the longevity space. I think what I've done is try to bring as much information globally and make it really accessible, really affordable, and so that people can understand it and understand some of the complex science and make things really simple so that people can just start getting the foundations right when it comes to health.
And the book's been described as part memoir, but also part science led. Do you want to tell us about, writing the book and even about your background? Love to know about you.
Yes, look, well, I wrote the book to help empower people to take control of their health and well-being. We're living in a health crisis. So, like, one in two of us are going to be diagnosed with cancer before the age of 85 in Australia, which is pretty sobering. One in two women will have a chronic condition. So, we don't want to be that statistic, right? So, we have to start looking after our health. So, I'm so passionate about preventative and personalized health. And I think that really comes through in my book is that there's no one size sort of rule for everybody that fits everybody. Like we are so individual, we're bio-individual, and we need to honor that and we need to experiment and be curious with what things work for our body. But I suffered a pretty significant health crisis myself. So I was very unwell for a long time. I was backwards and forwards to doctors. No one knew what was wrong with me. Eventually got told it was all in my head, which was a tough pill to swallow. So but eventually found out that I had been poisoned by mold. So there was mold in my home. And I got diagnosed with chronic inflammation for the rest of my life and something called SIRS. But I was just like, I don't want to live like this for the rest of my life. I don't want to have this sentence of chronic inflammation because, as we all know, disease comes from inflammation. So I was determined to reverse it, which I have. And like everything in my book is all stuff that I've tried. There's some really basic, simple stuff that once we start doing those foundations, it can be completely transformative. So, yeah, this was my own health battle journey. So I'm really hoping it's going to inspire other people that may have given up hope and gone, well, this is just how it is. I'm just going to live my life like this. And it's like, no, we can reverse some chronic diseases, not all of them, but we do. The body is amazing. It can heal. Like it's a powerful being. So, yeah.
And, the title Biohack Me, I was thinking about that definition of biohacking and that idea that, it's both art and science and
Yeah.
and it's about human performance. Tell us about the process of writing, because is this your first book?
It is. It's my first book, and I got Wiley, my publisher, approached me. I thought it was a scam at first. And I was like, is this for real, this email? And then she came on to me on LinkedIn, and I was like, oh no, you are real. This isn't a scam. But for years, I've been doing keynotes and talks, and often people be like, and I always reference people's books. I love reading. I'm a massive reader. So I'd be like, this is James Clear's, or this is, whoever. Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, all these amazing people. And people would say, where's your book? You've got to write a book, Camilla, because I've got so many stories. And, I've experienced quite a few health challenges in my life, mentally and physically.
Yeah.
And I'm really open and vulnerable about them. I think the more we're open about mental and health, and particularly things we've struggled with, the more it opens up other people to be able to feel safe to talk about it. So there's a lot of that in my books. I'm talking about my own personal journeys, but it just flowed out of me, this book. My writing time is like 5:30, 6 a.m. I'd wake up and my brain would just be like on fire and I'd be like, quick. So then
Yeah.
I'd get on my computer and just write for hours and hours before I'd start my day of work and coaching and running. I've got three
Yeah.
businesses. So it was like trying to juggle it in. But I think just, with my book, in the end, the editor shut me down. He said, Camilla, that's enough because every single day I'd learn something new. And I'd be
Sure.
like, oh my God, I've got to add that in the book. Or, I'd just be on a walk and I'd remember, oh, I haven't talked about this. So I kept adding and adding and layering and layering. And I feel like it's a really amazing guide for
Yeah.
health. And I think when it blends a bit of spirituality with science, with really practical things people can do. I wanted to make biohacking accessible for everybody because a lot of people hear about it and they hear about Brian Johnson doing all these wacky things, and it's amazing what he's doing. It's completely pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible, but it's not accessible for you and I. It's not realistic. And does anyone actually really want to do that? No, he's a living experiment. So yeah, so I think it's a book that anyone can pick up no matter what stage you are on your health journey and really just dive in and get so much from it. I feel like it's really empowering for people. I hope it is. We'll see what feedback is, but
Yeah. And look, what I like too is that idea that you can just make small yet strategic changes. Like
yeah.
it doesn't have to be extravagant. It can just be, yeah, those small little changes to start the journey. It's
They're the most important, like the one percenters, like those small changes make such an impact. I talk about those anchor habits. It's like just prioritizing your sleep. It
yes.
means you're going to wake up with more energy, which means you might want to move your body, which means you'll probably make better decisions around your food. So suddenly you've got this beautiful ripple effect just from prioritizing your sleep.
Yeah.
And I talk about the biohacking basics in my book, and those are the foundations. It's like, let's get those right before we start doing all the other stuff. Let's actually make sure that we're building that house with that solid foundation for our health, and then we can start layering the other levels on top. So,
Mm.
yeah.
So true. Camilla, tell us if we're curious about you, your businesses, your book, and connecting with you. How is the best way? Where on socials do you want us to follow you? How do we connect with you? I'm pretty sure I'm connected on LinkedIn and on Instagram, but you tell
Yes.
us and I'll put it in the show notes.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Well, you can go onto my website, so www.biohackme.com.au. You can download a free biohacking guide there. You can also pre-order my book, and there's lots of information on there. LinkedIn, I've got a big following there. I've worked in corporate for a long time. Instagram is at Biohack Me Coach. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's Insta, LinkedIn.
Awesome.
Yeah, people can email me if they've got any questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You,
look, go get the book. I'll put the details in the show notes. Camilla, enjoy the journey of
thank
first book
you.
launch. Very exciting times. But thank you for taking the time to chat to Yellow Shelf.
Oh, it's been wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.